All right, TCU and Kansas State. We've got Kansas State 6.5-point favorites, 57 being the total here in this one. Man, TCU putting a beat down on BYU, which we talked about earlier, 44-11. Meanwhile, K-State bouncing back from the loss at Oklahoma State to beat Texas Tech, although benefited them was Baron Morton getting injured in that game, as we talked about. But it was a much better game from Will Howard. Will Howard had a really bad game by his standards against Oklahoma State. Ended up being better in that game, although it ended up being Avery Johnson finishing that game for K-State at quarterback. And if I look at the latest injury report here with Will Howard, it looks like he's good, though. Or he was benched in the second half of that win against Texas Tech. Johnson took over. Do we have a quarterback controversy developing now with Chris Kleiman and this K-State team? Something to monitor. It's pretty shocking he benched him because he's been a long-time quarterback. He didn't play great in the first half and obviously struggled against Oklahoma State. But to actually pull the trigger and bench Will Johnson and put Avery Johnson in instead, or not Will Howard, I should say, and put Avery Johnson in instead, that's a pretty remarkable turn of events and decision there by Chris Kleiman. So keep an eye on this. Will it be Will Howard? Will he get a starting job back, or will it be Avery Johnson at quarterback here for K-State? K-State's definitely tough at home. Money coming in, though, on TCU. And look, you've got to give certainly this kid credit the way he played at quarterback for TCU, taking the spot of the injured Chandler Morris. Josh Hoover was outstanding against BYU. Now, can he keep that going against K-State? We'll see. Money's coming in on TCU. I kind of see why that is. It's now down to 6.5, maybe over the total in this game. 57. TCU's offense looked great with Hoover. K-State, Avery Johnson gave them a spark on offense. So I might lean to the over a little bit here in this one. What do you think here, C-Mac?
Yeah, with Hoover, I mean, he threw it all over this I was waiting on, how he's going to play. It came in and thrown a few picks, and then he gets the start. He still had a few picks. He's got 6 TDs, 4 picks on the year. That's one thing that just don't have big turnovers in this game. But I like TCU on the road. 2 teams that they've been tough to figure out a little bit from week to week. But man, K-State off the big win. You mentioned Howard. I mean, it's rough for him. I don't know if he's going to be starting. We will see. K-State wants to run it. They get over 200 yards a game. TCU is going to be able to throw it because this K-State defense against the pass isn't great. I want the points here with TCU. Hoover, I think, in Manhattan, they're always a little bit better. But I think we do. I don't know, we get over. I lean over. But I think over the touchdown, you take TCU.